Good evening, everyone. Is that you?
No.
That's that button, level 6.
Welcome to the
Think we
Town
got
of
it.
Limington Select Board meeting for August 21st, 2025. We will call the meeting to order at 7:02 and begin with the Pledge of Allegiance. I
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. We will have the approval of meeting minutes from last week, August 14th, 2025.
I make a motion to approve the minutes of 8/14/2025.
I will second your motion.
We have a motion and a second. Any discussion? All in favor? Thank you. Approval of the warrants for week 34. Payroll warrant number 71 for $30,868.23. Payroll warrant number 74 for $1,159.80, which was a missed employee check in warrant 71. And appropriations warrant number 73 for $416,776.81. MSAD 6 assessment of $384,536.20, making a total of all three warrants this week, $448,804.84.
I make a motion to approve warrant 71, warrant 74, and appropriations warrant 73.
I second your motion.
We have a motion and a second. Any discussion? Seeing none? All in favor? Thank you. Department updates. Mr. Salza.
Thank you. Limington Parks and Rec, week report, 8:15 to 8:21. Current programs, before and after care childcare at HB Emory for 2025-2026 school year. Pickleball open play Tuesday, Friday nights at Blake Memorial Field at 6 p.m. Coffee social Wednesdays at the Old Town Hall, 9:30 to 11:30 a.m. Momodeo is open daily, 9 a.m. to 6 p.m. through Labor Day weekend, $10 per vehicle. Open registration online at limingtonrec.com. Before and after care program for the 2025-2026 school year at HB Emory. This program covers childcare from 7 a.m. to 8:30 a.m. before school, 3 p.m. to 5:30 p.m. after school. Includes early release days, the majority of teacher in-service days, and then we'll offer vacation camps during the February and April break right at HB Emory School. Call Madison Moody with any questions about the program, 239-9290. Fall soccer registration, teams for pre-K up to 6th grade. Information about a community fall yard sale coming soon. Information about a fall foliage bus trip to Lake Winnipesaukee for a cruise aboard the MS Mount Washington coming soon. We'll also be lining up 2 holiday bus trips for December. We're looking for sponsors for their fall soccer teams. It's a $250 fee, helps them cover the cost of uniforms for a team and gets your business and banner at Blake Memorial and your name on the jerseys. Please reach out to Madison Moody if you're interested. Register and find further information about all programs at limingtonrec.com. Other items this week, their school bus will be going out for a new paint job on October 21st, and they will begin some field work at Blake Memorial Field to improve the outfield of Field 2 for soccer season. And a large area will be taped off, so please stay off the reseeded and loomed areas as they try to get a better base and thicker grass started. Limington Fire and EMS, week ending August 16th. Number of calls for service this week was 19, included 5 fire calls and 14 EMS calls. Month to date, 42. Year-to-date, 477. The schedule was complete for the week. In-house training on Wednesday nights. Training was review of ice water rescue equipment and training on the new inflatable raft. Maintenance, facility, the door locks are still an issue. They have left several voicemails and not heard back from the company yet. Equipment, MedVault on A1 is out of service. Stopped working with no clear reason why. Engine 2 is still out for work. For inspection, it needs the brakes adjusted. It was recommended that the truck have a lube, oil, and filter change prior to working on the codes. The mechanic, last service, according to the mechanic, the last service on this truck was 7 years ago. Suggests that the air filter being clogged could throw some of the codes the truck is logging. Hourly breakdown, total hours this week was 474.25. Month to date, Month to date, they're 8 calls ahead of last August. Year to date, they are 1 call behind last year. There were 4 requests for mutual aid assistance this week, 2 to Standish, 1 reported fire, and 1 EMS, and 2 paramedic intercepts for Sockopee Rescue. The sales rep for Sugarloaf Ambulance was in to finalize the A1 spec, and they're waiting on the final cost for the replacement ambulance. Limington Department of Public Works, weekly update for week ending August 16th, 2025. Road crew worked on yard cleanup and removing the auctioned off equipment. Installed several new signs around town. Roadside mulching along Boothby Road. Due to short staffing, Friday was a shop day that included running to South Portland for equipment. Acting director, Monday morning meeting with crew, payroll, POs, etc. Created paper forms of monthly inspections for all town facilities for new buildings and grounds position. Conducted 1 interview for fleet tech position. Retrieved F550 from Road Ford. Meeting with recently hired buildings and grounds technician. Will officially start September 2nd. Started facility tours with new B&G tech. Met with rec director to go over his list of needed facility work. And met with an employee over a personnel matter. Dealt with a few issues with the auction equipment. Met several times with town manager regarding an ongoing personal matter. And then several meetings with interim foreman regarding area work and needs. Code enforcement. We have 2 growth permits, 10 building permits, 2 electrical, 3 plumbing, 2 shoreland, 1 business, 2 occupancy, 1 entrance for a total of 23 permits between the week August 8th through August 21. Fees collected were $8,488.60. 263 total for the year, permits issued, for a total of year-to-date $84,787.58. There were 20 inspections in the past 2 weeks, and he'll be taking August 28th through September 2nd off from the office.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
From the office hours, I think you have some news that you would like to give us.
I got a few things. First off, I would like to thank David and SRTV for spending the afternoon in this facility, reorganizing our on-air room. It's all been stripped. It's all been put back together very neatly. There's a very nice and new high-powered computer in there, and we should not have any more issues with the on-air going forward. So we've made the updates, and hopefully it should go off with a hit. So far, it's been good. I worked it this afternoon. It's a very easy system with the new laptop. So thank David and SRTV for getting that taken care of.
Excellent, yes, they were here.
Yeah, he
This
spent the
afternoon.
afternoon here, so.
Yes, they did.
David wants you to thank him for reading all the reports.
On another note, myself and Emil, the fire chief, and a few from Public Works made the hike up to Blaze Whitney's and inspected and kind of gave the okay on our new town truck. It is, it's a 2016 Freightliner. Sorry, Kenworth, yeah. Kenworth, 425 horse. They were in the process of reconditioning the blades while we were there, sandblast them, they would be repainted. Truck is gonna be wrapped, just like the current plow trucks, with the town of Limington's map on it. It's a very nice truck, got to go out with Dominic, and it's a powerhouse, it's a very large truck. Brand new wheels, it's all aluminum, it's very blingy. But it's a good addition, and I think all said and done with, it's gonna be in the $88,000 to $90,000 range, so a little under budget, which was good, and we just gotta take it over and verify. We're gonna have our state inspection place check it all over to verify it, but, yeah, I gotta get a formal, pay a document out to them to get the ball rolling, and it'll probably be 2 or 3 weeks' time here, frame maybe, at tops to get it finished and to us, so.
That feels really good to know that we've got that truck lined up and getting ready to go, because we know that we need it in the fleet, so.
Would you mind expanding on what that truck will be used for? And I can go to the microphone if you want, but maybe you could just.
No, I can let the,
Truck. We hear it about it 1 week and then a week or two goes by, so maybe you could just summarize for some of us.
yeah, no, I'll let the director.
I'll throw some extras to that. So the truck we're referring to is a replacement for the Public Works Department that was voted at the town meeting in March of up to $100,000 to buy a used wheeler. So it falls well within the budget, and we know it needs front brakes, so he's going to have that taken care of. Replace one of the air cans so that everything should be taken care of, ready to go. The plows will be, as Jason said,
All
sandblasted and painted. We're taking our sander hopper up, and he's going to install that for us and plumb the hydraulics. So when we receive it, it should be 100% ready to go, so there's nothing left to do to it. So.
The frame has been completely sandblasted. The whole chassis has been sandblasted and repainted. So, I mean, it's a very nice piece, longevity for the town.
Town truck, it'll be a plow truck.
Yeah, it's the.
Yeah. And all
the
year.
plow truck.
Yeah, all year. Dual axle, big truck. Yeah, big dump truck.
But versatile plow and others.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
so, yeah, it'll be used year-round to haul material and plow in the wintertime.
Yes.
Thank you, Emil, for that.
What else do we do today?
Meetings.
Meetings. There's a lot of
A lot
meetings
of
today.
meetings, yes.
Yep.
2
Yes.
meetings. 2 separate meetings.
Yep.
Joyce, if you don't mind, you reminded me when you walked in, I had put out an email to our state rep when we first got notice of the laws changing for homes in town. And I guess I got kind of buried in their emails, but I got one back earlier this week saying that he'll be back in office the 21st and would be available to meet mornings. So I didn't know, I thought maybe you and I, if you wanted to meet with him, that we could just chat with him some morning and get your availability, and I'll get Jim's availability too. Go right ahead, please. When you walked in, I'm like, oh, I got an email the other day.
Joyce Foley, planning board. The reason I'm here is I was watching at home and I didn't see you come on. And I thought, oh, God, no, it's down again. So I thought, well, I want to get out of the house, so I'm just going to go watch it all. Then I get here and I see you're on, which is great, and I'm so glad that we're working together. But as far as the ordinance changes, thanks to Matt, we were able to listen to a Zoom meeting Tuesday, Dow, myself, and Donna, and they quite frankly didn't have a lot to say. They won't have a lot to say until probably October.
Okay.
And at that point, a fellow named Jamal from the Southern Regional Planning Council, I've spoken with him, and he's going to come out and give us what is actually happening.
Okay.
There are a lot of unanswered questions right now.
Okay.
And I thought it would be appropriate to invite some other local planning board members or code officers to come at the time if they wanted to. So, oh, am I dinging here? So anyway, yes, I wouldn't mind a meeting, but I don't honestly think he can tell us anything
He won't be
right
able to
now.
tell us much right at this point?
I don't think so.
Okay.
And this is in reference to,
The state has passed a law as of, I think it will be effective September 6th and 7th, that makes significant changes in how towns can legally authorize certain types of housing and the number of houses that will be allowed on lots. Some of it is overruling planning board authority. I think there are people who are very concerned that it's in some ways overcoming home rule. There will be one of the, I don't know whether you want to call it a plus or a minus for Limington, but one of the things about our community, because we do not have sewerage, we do not have water,
Public water.
public water, we will not be greatly affected. It's the towns with sewerage and town water that will get hit the most. But as an example, right now, if you're having 3 lots, you're an automatic, if you want to develop or build 3 lots, you're an automatic minor subdivision. This law is going to say you can do 4 and go for it.
Yeah.
And it gives the code enforcement officer some more authority. So like I said, they really couldn't answer. They were more information seeking. And there are some unhappy people out there with the way it's going, but we'll see what happens. But I think Limington's pretty safe, depending upon your point of view, I guess. I think we're pretty safe.
so to try to answer your question, it's designed for ordinances around house lots, is what the big change is coming. It's just an email that we received, I think, a couple weeks ago, that's informing that the state of Maine is changing these, and that we as towns are gonna get on board. So she's just informing us. We still got probably another month before.
Yeah, the other thing was, too, that I should mention, that was clarified, which is good, is that communities with a town council form of government, like Standish, they have to change their ordinances and have them be applicable and coordinated with the state by July of 2026. Communities with town meeting like ourselves have until July 2027, because we still have, that was one of the unanswered questions, was are they going to remove the authority of town meeting to vote on referendum ordinance changes, which is the way it's been from time immemorial. So anyway, being July 27th, that gives us ample time
2 years.
to have the referendum questions go before the town. But the state still is mandating, and I don't know what happens if the town doesn't vote for what the state absolutely mandates. So the state law usually prevails.
Okay.
I have some questions.
Okay?
Yeah, go ahead.
So, I think what, Tammy, you initiated a moment ago with Joyce, and there is a state voted on already, state mandated change in housing lots that's going to affect for the state maybe, and certainly in Limington, the number of lots that will count to be a subdivision, minor subdivision or not. That's one aspect, maybe. So then Joyce, I think, was anticipating that, she was sort of anticipating whether we would have to have some kind of a vote in town about that. And I'm trying to catch up and stay up, thinking, oh, this is a state law, it's already been voted on, so maybe we won't have to vote on it as a town. But then it sounds like maybe we will, just to confirm it, but we have until June-ish of 2027. But then all of a sudden I heard Joyce also say something about that we would maybe be up for not having referendum votes at all. Does that, I didn't know how that worked into this. Did you hear that part? Like,
Maybe.
referendum votes as, as a typical thing that we have in town? or,
I think she was speaking
Yeah.
in behalf of how, since we have town meeting, that's why they extended the vote out for our town an extra year, because we only meet twice a year in town meeting format.
And there are obviously public hearings that have to be held by both the planning board and the Board of Selectmen.
Yes.
So there will be referendum questions. It's just like, it's really basically an extension of LD 2003 that was the tiny house law. And it allows now for adult with disability units to be part of a single-family house, as well as being able to be added on to any apartment or multifamily housing, things like that, that need clarification.
Yeah.
And,
They're trying to do something with the,
yeah, and it's
housing
all
issue.
because of the concern for lack of not only affordable housing, but housing in general throughout the state. That's really,
Right.
and I would imagine the cities would be really seriously affected by it.
so again, is the significance of, something's going to happen the 6th or 7th of September. 6th is a Saturday and the 7th is a Sunday.
Well, whatever it is.
Well, what is it
sometime.
that's going to happen again?
Well, that is when the state law becomes enacted, effective, and they have given towns and cities, towns with town council forms of government and towns with town meeting forms of government, a year or 2 years, depending, to bring their ordinances up to snuff. In other words, you don't have a lot of choice. There are certain things that will be expected that the towns, it's just like the 2003 LD with tiny houses. And so it's just making sure people have ample time to go through the process, if you will. We'll still go through the process, but we'll have to meet all the state requirements as they apply to our town or Standish or whatever form of government they might have.
As of September 6th?
No, as of September 6th, it just means the law is on the books. And that, it will have no effect on Limington whatsoever until July of 2027.
So
until
the
we-
law exists, but it won't apply to us
Right.
until there's a town vote.
Right, right.
Thanks.
Thank you,
Thank you.
Joyce, very much for all of that.
yeah.
Sorry, it just didn't feel that clear when it was, you all knew it was being talked about, but we really needed a little more info.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Anything else? Any more? Like I said, meetings.
Yeah.
That's about it.
I had a meeting with Spectrum. That was it.
Okay.
And then we talked about some other stuff. So.
Yeah, I did have some more personnel meeting stuff with job descriptions, and updates, and that's the norm going forward, so,
All right.
yeah.
Well, we've already had public comment, but is there
Anybody
anybody
else
else
wanna
would like
speak, or-
to please speak?
Yeah.
Any new public comment?
I just want to bring up the fact that the fire danger is extremely high. We're in
I
drought
had that written
conditions.
down and I
Yeah.
didn't see it.
So open burning that requires a permit is not existent at this point. It'll be no permits for well into the future.
Very dry.
The extended forecast looks very dry into the winter. So right now, there's no red flag. If it was red flag, that would mean no open burning at all, meaning campfires and all that. The state hasn't done that yet. We could opt to do that if we felt it was necessary as the authority having jurisdiction. But in the meantime, I've added extra tank trucks to any reported fires, whether they're outdoor fires or structure fires, and upped our automatic aid for forestry equipment on any outdoor fires that are reported out of control. So the fire danger is high, but also because of the drought conditions, our water supplies are down too. So though all our hydrants are technically still in service right now, I think we would probably draw them down quicker than they could recover if we had a real incident. So just trying to get ahead of that.
Thank you. And go right ahead, Tim, please.
Tim Bickford, Evergreen. Can you quickly expand on the building and grounds person? Is that somebody we hired, or how does that position?
Yes, that, building and grounds maintenance, it's a new position in the Public Works Department.
Okay.
It will be basically servicing the town-wide, all all departments, made for buildings, maintenance, upkeep, stuff that generally we pull Public Works off of anyways to go do gutter cleanings, painting, shoveling, any of all this. Now we have a mowing, we have a designated person to do this across the board.
Is it someone we pulled from the town, or is it a new position?
It's a new position for the Public Works, but it is a town person,
Okay,
so, yeah.
but, it's just, so it's basically just a shift of titles in the Public Works Department, sounds like, or is it?
Yeah, it's
Is this gonna
utilizing
be-
a person, and they'll still be required, one of the positions with the job descriptions, they're required to plow. Anybody that's hired in the Public Works Department from here on out is guaranteed you're plowing all the time. They will be also doing all the ground maintenance. They will be helping Madison in maintenance if he needs needs maintenance down the Moy-Modeo, the fields. It's just, instead of pulling the road crew out to do the different jobs, it's to keep the upkeep of the town. There's a lot of stuff on the buildings that, like, look at the front of this one, just that now his sole purpose is to maintain this stuff. And
Okay.
once, and Emil's got quite a list going, but once they're caught up, I think it'll be a routine, that things get, touched up, painted, everything is done efficiently over the time, to keep the maintenance up on the town, so we're
Yep.
not having to worry about.
Qualifications were just voted from within the town? They
Yeah,
didn't
the
get necessary-
qualifications were pulled off of, where did you pull multiple? All different towns.
Yep.
Looked at the maintenance, that title, and then,
Approved through the town manager and.
yep.
Yep.
And the town manager met and did the process and did the hiring. So
Okay.
we're,
And, I guess financially, is it a salaried position or an hourly position? How does that
it's
work?
a hourly position.
Yep.
Yeah, full-time hourly, and it's done through, and it's within the budgetary right now.
Yep.
Of what's available in the Public Works. So-
From Public Works
Yeah,
budget?
and I think going forward, I don't know how we will break it out, where it's working through the whole town. I don't know on the budget
Right,
side,
where
where
it
it gets
crosses-
Madison, where it crosses over.
Yeah.
So that's just something to,
Yeah, it crosses all three, well,
Yeah, that,
basically,
Public
maybe
Works.
four, yeah.
yeah.
Okay.
Maintenance, municipal, yeah, it's coming, it's kind of benefiting everybody, so.
Yep.
Yeah.
All right, thank you.
No
Put
problem.
them under the gas line,
I'll just
oil.
add to that, I seem to be good at
Yeah.
talking a lot, but, so, yeah, it was part of the plan all along through this change in Public Works. It's my understanding that part of the issue that the existing crews had was, like, not much definition of what their real job was. They thought they were hired to do road work, and then they get pulled to do these other tasks or whatever. There's a lot of projects that have been on the books to get done for a long period of time that just haven't gotten to. And then, on top of that, Madison had approached, I think at budget time, and stated that he could use a maintenance person just for his department alone. And then, what kind of work does that give one person, So this person will do all of those tasks. There's a lot of work to be done in the immediate, take a while to get caught up on some of those bigger projects. But it's my goal to bring in like the janitorial stuff that we contract out now. Once all those big projects are caught up with, and hopefully there'll be time freed up. So we might be able to find a savings with all these different places we're paying other people to clean or whatever. One of the things I did look at, going back to how funding will happen in the future, in this year's budget, we have about $54,000 between all the budgets for buildings and grounds maintenance. Last year, we spent, I think it was just over $56,000. My hope was to find that we're over budgeting in each department because we can't predict what the maintenance costs would be, and that by bringing it all together, we might find a savings. But it looks like, at least compared to 2024, there may not be any. But that's a conversation that I think Matt, and whether it's the finance committee or the select board, however it's going to work, but how maintenance funding will go forward in the future. Will each department have their own maintenance budget, or will all of those funds fall into one maintenance line within the Public Works Department? And like we do with vehicle maintenance, you have one master account with the funds in it, but then it gets assigned to the locations where the work is done.
throughout the year. So we can still track where those monies are going, but it might be easier. I'm not sure. That's a decision for the board.
Thank you.
I just wanted to ask you a question.
Yeah,
Go
go
ahead.
ahead.
In speaking about fire permits, does this include fire pits? You know, somebody wants to sit in their backyard. That's a no-no, I would hope, right? No? Should be.
So though we discourage it, right now, because it goes back to the red flag rule, red flag gets issued through the order of the governor, and it has not been issued yet. So fires that don't require a burn permit, which are 3 feet square or smaller, considered for cooking or warming fires, maybe sitting around your patio and having a contained, fire pit type of fire, right now is not prohibited by the state. We can, as a town, enact an order. The only reservation I have with doing that is how do we communicate that out, other than getting a lot of calls to go to these places that are having fires. So,
And we really haven't had any issues yet either, knock on wood.
Right.
And
Well, we're
I
gonna
hope-
call
but there
them
have
citizens to
been.
There have been,
Right.
I've driven around, you can smell people having
Right.
small, but I think they also are understanding it's very dry, so
Yeah.
even if they're sitting around the
But,
fire, I
but
think.
locally, we had a fire that lasted, I don't know how many, at least 36 hours. I think it was less than 10 acres total, but I think it was Shapley. I could be wrong on that. But anyway, coming into work one morning and Acton?
Acton.
Okay. But anyway, I heard them toning for a fire. The next morning, I heard them toning for more manpower to report to that same fire, and they were there most of the day, based on radio traffic, so.
What
It-
are the insurance implications if you have a fire pit fire and it gets out of control?
You'd have to talk to your insurance company about that, but.
Would the town, let's say that it started the fire, that you folks had to respond to?
Yeah.
Would the homeowner be responsible?
So the question is, what liability does a homeowner have in having a fire that could potentially get out of control? So if we had a fire out of control, we would also call the Forest Service, and then they would determine whether there was malice or not. And then we can go after, the state can summons them, they can go to court, get fined, and then we can opt to bill them for our services as well. To me, that's more about like, how careless were they at the time, But right now, if they have a fire that meets the conditions of not requiring a permit and it gets out of control, they haven't technically broken any laws unless we find something that, like illegal products or, something like that.
Yeah, go on.
Hi, Laughlin. I'm a little concerned to hear that our town, can restrict even the campfire type fires if we think that the drought conditions are severe enough that it would be prudent to do so. But we don't know how to do that because we don't know how to get the communication out about it. I think we need to really hear that and register that that's a problem for us. If
Well,
it's
I
some-
don't think it's a fact that we don't know how to do it. He knows how to do it. He can set it up and we can Facebook it, we can do it on the paper, we can do it online. But if people don't see it, and now the ones that do start calling every single fire in, now we're gonna have our fire service going out 10, 15 calls a day to try to get the word out. And now we're spending a ton of funds on personnel and fire equipment going out when it's technically not illegal in the state. When it goes state red flag, the state will put it out on the news. So it's a big spread when the state goes red flag. So then everybody gets to see it. But we can't, as a town, put out. We could try here, but what do we get? Maybe 30 people on a good night that watch us.
Well, I'm not blaming anyone, I'm just trying to register that there's a reality check involved here, that
Yeah.
it might be the right thing to do, but we're not going to do it, because it would mean that everybody'd be calling everybody, and you know, what a horrible thing. We'd be running out after fires, which might be the right thing to do, to run after those fires.
Yeah,
If we don't feel that there should be fires, because one of them could get out of control, and those of us who've unfortunately experienced fires, and I'm not any more unique than anyone who hasn't experienced a fire, but anything that can be prevented before it gets out of hand should. So it's very dry now. Do you hear what I'm saying, Jason?
yeah,
Just-
no, I understand.
It almost
It's-
means, well, what we're saying is, well, the town can restrict them,
Yeah.
deny them, but let's not, because it would mean we'd be sending out all
Yeah, I
our
ju-
fire crew.
It's, it's 50% here, 50% there. I don't utilize quite a few $1,000s of your tax dollars also. I'm not saying, I mean, we could not put this out. We could say, no, we're going to continue it the way it is and not have any problems. Or we could still, at the end of the day, even if we do put it out, what he's getting at is there's a high probability if it's going to get out of control, it still could be that one that didn't know that we put it out there. And it was still, I mean,
It's a judgment call for sure.
it is.
Yeah.
And we're going to basically trusting our citizens here in the town that they're smart enough to understand right now is a severe drought. It's all over the news. We're in a 5-inch deficit for water. And a lot of people on Facebook are already talking about it, truly. I've seen them talk about their wells going dry. So I would expect, and I'm putting a lot of trust in our townspeople that
Okay.
they,
I just want to right there say, I don't want to be involved in any kind of direction of this conversation where it gets to be a thing where there's a little idea cast here that there isn't trust in townspeople.
Yeah, no.
I think that the best of intentions and the most careful of people can
Come
still
and
run
work
inside to the kitchen because they hear their kid talking, screaming, and they want to come out again. And I want to thank Owen, who has been one person who has seen some fires that didn't have proper management. And it might have been just for that little moment that a well-intentioned person just ran inside to take care of his child for a minute. And I know Owen is one person in his capacity as fire helper who's helped that. So I don't want us to get to a thing where
No.
the implication is I don't trust people
yeah, and I
at
don't
all,
believe that. I was just speaking.
or that anybody doesn't trust. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
Things happen, and we have to be smart about that. I mean, so it's a judgment call. I don't know. I hope people, I hear you.
Yep.
People
I
aren't
just-
watching this, but I hope they're careful. And I still think that if the town has the ability to restrict a fire, but we're not going to, we have to kind of wrestle with that one. We're
And I mean,
not-
as we move forward, if it gets even more, which it seems to be, our fire chief could change his mind at that point and not say that it couldn't happen in 3, 4, 5 days from now.
Okay, well,
So-
things are very dry.
Yep.
And I think any of us who have any lawn at all, we know that, and
I don't have
people
a
have
lawn.
animals. Sorry?
I said, I don't have a lawn because of it.
Yeah.
It's dirt. So I understand.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Owen.
So I had also written down something that it being August 21st, and this makes me very sad, we're only 10 days away from Labor Day. And Momodeo will be closed after, well, we will no longer have a host after Labor Day. So unofficially, summer will be over. So I don't think, Madison put that in as update that.
He did not.
Okay.
And the weather's
Oh,
changed
pumpkin
considerably.
spice, no, just no.
So. Anybody else have anything?
Town manager?
No? No? Town manager? Matt?
Yep. Let's see, in the last week, I completed the payroll and accounts payable on my own for the first time. Been reviewing personnel policies and we'll be coming back to the board with some recommendations. Been working on a plan with Bill Hall, the treasurer from Buxton, and RHR Smith Accounting for finishing up our 2023 and 2024 audits. Started working on a 2026 budget calendar that I'll share with the board next week. So it's been a busy week.
Perfect. Thank you. Anything else?
Would you like to run down?
I would, sure. David, you don't want to?
Oh, I can do it for you.
No,
if you
I
like.
got it. Select Board office hours are Thursdays 2 to 8 p.m. On air times are Thursdays at 7. Transfer station hours are Saturdays and Sundays from 9 to 4, and Wednesdays 12 to 4. A transfer station sticker must be attached to your vehicle's windshield for the disposal of all items. Transfer station stickers are available at the town hall for $20. No sticker is required to use the swap shop. The transfer station does not accept brush, yard clippings, or hazardous waste. Riverside Recycling in Portland takes the hazardous waste. General assistance applications are available at the town office during normal business hours. Applications must be filled out and accompanied with supporting documentation and must be signed and returned to the GA administrator or town clerk. Planning Board meets at the Municipal Complex the first and third Monday evenings of the month at 7 p.m.
Thank you very much.
Yes.
Is there any other business to attend to tonight? No more,
If not,
no more discussion, no more comment? Okay.
I'll make a
Seeing none.
motion to adjourn then.
I will second your motion.
We have a motion and a second to adjourn. All in favor?